afternoon, IG world. How y'all doing today? IG, how y'all doing today? About to show you guys how to give you a quick wholesaling one-on-one video tutorial. Pretty much how to flip a piece of paper contract, guys. It's going to be pretty good for those who want to know how you get into real estate and some basics on how to make real estate profitable for you, okay? All right, guys. All right, guys. So what's going on, man? It's Nevin here. Wanted to hop on really quick just to be able to show you guys how to flip. How can I say? How to flip a contract or to flip paper for profits. And I'm going to be talking from a wholesaling example as far as how you can get started into real estate if you want to come into making some type of income, just having a little bit of specialized knowledge. Now, I've been doing this for a while, guys, and this has been something for me that I've incorporated into my repertoire as far as making it profitable for me and my family. So today I'm just kind of give you a wholesaling tutorial and some examples on how you can flip a contract for profits, and you can do this over and over and over time simultaneously so that you can build some type of cash flow or capital so that you can take that money and to deploy it into some type of real estate strategy for you and your family, however you look to see fit for that real estate strategy. For me, I'm doing it right now to gain income so that I can be a buy and hold investor, so that I can be able to hold my properties long term, get cash flow, gain appreciation, and then cash out or resell and put that property into a bigger piece of asset, what we call a 1031 exchange. So, but I wanted to let you guys know my name is Nevin Brown. I am a real estate entrepreneur. I am also a realtor as well, but I also like to specialize in giving content, coming on here and giving value on how you can be a real estate entrepreneur and to get started today. But before I say that, before even doing this, guys, in order to even have a contract, you got to have some type of will and skill and determination for you to be able to get started so that this could be something for you. A lot of times people like to start something and not complete it because they feel like it's a daunting task, or they feel like they have to keep on climbing certain obstacles to show that they're, their ability to keep on climbing. But in today's video, I'm going to show you guys from an example standpoint how to flip a contract for profits, okay? So let me just turn my camera around. We're going to get started real quick, and I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit on how you can get started, okay? So this is how we're doing right here, right? So I'm going to show you this really quick. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is a purchase contract. I'm going to cover up his address. It doesn't matter anyway. This is a purchase contract, right? This piece of paper right here can allow you to be profitable, to learn this paper to turn into profits. We all know that money is debt. Money is nothing but paper. Money is not valuable, but to actually use it for financial gain, to change that money, that debt, into a appreciating asset, some type of real estate property, it starts off with some type of purchase contract, okay? You see right here, this is my purchase contract. It's a one-page contract. And here is just simply saying that I bought this from this guy right here, the seller. It's me, my company, Expansion Builders, LLC. And this right here is particularly a lot right here. It's a piece of land or parcel that I bought from him for this purchase price, as you can see, for $8,000, right? And so this is the first step in acquiring a deal, or to come onto some type of agreement, is have some type of contract or agreement saying you, the person being the buyer or seller, are agreeing to convey your properties, to exchange it for a deed or some type of real estate asset for a price or some type of money or monetary gain. And so right here, it just shows pretty much in this contract, it's covering me on all bases on how I'm able to use this to protect me and the client, to know that this is something that we can use for a commitment or a purpose. Right here, it just tell you all about what's going on inside of the contract here. And most importantly, you see this was signed last week from the seller. This is most important. I want you to see the seller is Mr. William himself. And right here is me, myself, the purchaser, right? I'm the purchaser or the buyer, right? Now, watch this. Once again, this is the seller, the purchaser. This is what we bought. This is what I'm going to purchase it for right here, $8,000, and this is the contract to purchase. Now, this is important to know, because when you are acquiring or a contract, you got to know the terms of the agreement of contract so that it can benefit you as the individual, or that person, that buyer as well. Now, that's the contract, right? So let me show you now my contract that I'm going to use to flip this contract so that I can actually gain profit off of it, okay? So here is me now converting the contract that I originally purchased it. This is the new contract right here, okay? When I say new contract, what I mean is, here's a new contract that I drafted up that me as the original buyer is now going to sell this contract. This is a new contract right here. As you can see right here, the parties, me, Expansion Builders LLC, the seller, I'm now agreeing to sell or convey this property to this person right here, okay? This person wants to buy the contract, and this is this is what we're going to buy it for. Okay, this is something very important to see and to understand, because this is how you understand how to make profits turn for you. You see right here, this is $11,000. Let me give another comparison so you can see. Here's the original contract that I purchased it for, $8,000. Here's what I'm selling this contract for, $11,000, okay? Now, as you see at the bottom right here, I am the seller now, Nevin Brown, and this person is the buyer or the purchaser. We have two contracts here, ladies and gentlemen, two contracts right here. And then from the other contract, it's me purchasing it originally from the seller. Then all I'm doing is reselling the contract, or my rights to the contract, to this new buyer. And this is something I want to now point out when you're wholesaling the deal. As you can see right here where it says assigns, right? This is something very key. See that word assigns? Well, I can assign this contract to another end buyer to give up my contractual rights to sell the property, okay? Because right now I have control of the property. I technically bought it for myself, and I have control. I have all the equitable rights to that piece of property, that land, that parcel, and that I have now the ability to now keep it for myself or to assign it. I want you to pinpoint and show you guys, when I showed you the assign, how it's very important, okay? Watch this. Here's another assignment contract, okay? Now, the contract for assignment means that I can assign my rights, my contracting rights to my end buyer by simply saying that this day, whatever, last Saturday, that I purchased this property right here, the lot that I have. That's me right there, the person who will receive or to make profit at closing on what I assigned it for. Remember, guys, I got it for $8,000. I'm selling it for $11,500. I'm the assignor. He is the assignee. This is very important because I am showing all transparency on the property as far as the ability for me to do it very tactfully and ethically as far as showing all of my abilities. He's very clear that I will receive this small amount. Well, it's not a small amount. Any amount is good for me at the time of closing. Why? Because I had sold this property or purchased this property for, watch this, guys. This is very good information to learn. I bought this property at $8,000. This is what I purchased it from. This is me buying it from the seller here. This is me buying it at this price, right? For $8,000. Remember that shows you this word right here. Remember that word as signs? It's very key to see it as signs, right? All I did was just resold it, me being now the seller. See right there, seller. That's me, expansion builder seller, to the new person, the end buyer, for this amount at this price, $11,500. And once again, that I have the opportunity to assign my contracting rights to the property, right? From there, the person agrees, the end buyer knows that when I sell this assignment contract, that I'm assigning my contract rights to you, and you're going to take over the original contract of this particular piece of land. Now, this video is just a wholesaling how to flip contract, because a lot of times people don't even know that with just a specialized knowledge that you can actually turn a piece of contract into profits if you know what you're doing. I teach this guys a lot on my live videos when I'm talking to people, trying to have some type of conversation and bring any type of interest to them, asking them or showing them, do they have any interest in selling their property, or asking them what are their intentions of selling the property. From there, if we have some type of communication and agreement, I will send over a contract, which I've done to this gentleman right here, and he agreed to the terms of the contract based on his on his price. And see, guys, this starts with a little bit of will and skill. And I said that in the beginning of the video, will and skill. Will means that are you willing to get on the phones and TTP, talk to people and ask them, do they have any interest of selling their land or their property? And from there, having some type of skill set, negotiation ability, understanding the comps or the comparables of a piece of parcel, which is land, or a home, which is an attachment, and ask them, what are you willing to receive from this? I do this live on my videos because real estate is very real, and it's something that you can do. I started doing this, guys, with no money. My credit was not good. The only money that I put into this was just a little bit of investment as far as how I'm going to market to get information to ask people if they have any interest of them selling their property. That's where some of the marketing dollars came from, is to pull a list of names based on a situational need and asking them, are you interested in selling your property? And if so, what are your intentions? It all starts with the ability to have a specialized skill. And I teach this, guys, on my live videos. I wanted to jump on here today and talk about wholesaling 101, pretty much how to flip contracts to profits. This is how you do it, guys. This is what you do when you're trying to be, get ahead or to move ahead. It's a skill that anybody can acquire, but it takes will as well. And I've been trying to preach this and tell people this over and over, that you can do this, you can do this, you can get started. And a lot of people show interest, but they don't really have the willpower. They don't have the wanting. They don't have the tenacity to go out here and actually apply the steps to do it. Why? Because people are afraid of rejection. People are afraid of hearing the word no. People are afraid of another person, another human being, another grown person like them to tell them what they think or how they feel about their property that I am talking to them about. Well, guys, this is how you're able to change your whole life situation. Because I'm going to share this right now. I know from just doing this 3 years ago, almost 4 years ago, my wife and I, when we first got started, we made over $85,000 in just 2 months by just putting a will into place from a skill that I have acquired, that you can do it as well. And I'm saying this not to show any type of bragging or any type of notion, notoriety, or any type of anything like that. I'm saying all this to say that you can do this too. Now, the next step of this piece of property right here that I'm going to do is we're going to actually go to our title or open up escrow. And what that means is that since we have a legit contract and two people or two parties agreed on the terms and the conditions on the property and agreed on the price, now we're going to take in consideration of this piece of property or parcel, and now we're going to go open up escrow. That's when we will actually make this a really valid contract by putting money into play as a deposit or to hold down the true interest of this person buying this property from me, to say they're very serious. Open up escrow, they're going to put down $1,000, and then when they go to closing, he needs to bring another 10.5 with him to go to closing for that deed to be transferred from the original seller now to the new buyer. And then from there, me flipping that contract and getting profits. All I did was pretty much that middleman on both sides, and now I'm able to walk away with a couple thousand, $3,500 in my pocket just from just talking to a person and selling a piece of land. Now, I am also a realtor as well, and a lot of realtors do not know how to do this either. They do not know how to flip contracts into profit. They know how to write up a listing agreement and a purchase agreement and to earn a commission from it, but they don't understand that in this business as an investor that I'm in first, that you make money when you buy the property, not when you sell the property or when you help somebody else buy the property. You make your most money when you buy the property yourself. How do you buy the property, Nevin? Well, I'm to be honest, I'm not using any of my money. I'm using OPM's money, other people's money. In this case, it's the other person's money that I'm using to leverage my equity inside of this deal, to leverage it for me to take this piece of contract or piece of paper and turn it into another piece of paper, which we know debt, money is nothing but debt, another piece of paper, but I'm taking that money, actual paper, into another paper that it can be used as currency for spending purposes. Now, you do this over and over again, and you make $5, $10, $15, $20,000 off a deal per deal. You do that 5 to 10 times. Next thing you know, you are in profit to now say you have a little capital deployed under your belt so that you can now take that money with your credit and then leverage the opportunity and say, now I'm going to put into an asset that's going to give me cash flow. And this is how generational wealth is being starts, and this is how it's built, from you having a specialized knowledge. Once again, when you have a little bit of will and skill, you can have the ability to help change your life. I just want to jump on here real quick, guys, and show you guys wholesaling 101, how to flip contracts into profits. This is something that I've been doing for a while, and this is something that I've been showing you. Hey, Chris, I don't know if you had joined or not. Crystal, did you just now join? Because I was showing people how to draft the contract from gaining equitable interest in the contract and then assigning it to another person or end buyer. Yes, will and skill, absolutely, sis. I'm telling you, if you don't have the will and skill, this is something you're not going to even start. But Crystal, what I was saying was, I was showing, you just joined. Okay, let me just show real quick for those who are joining, because I've been talking now and I was about to end, but let me just show you real quick. I was showing people wholesaling how to flip contracts into profits. And so, Crystal, I'm going to go through real quick because I know you have a grasp of it too, by you being a realtor and also an investor yourself, that you know how to do this. So here's what I was showing people. Let me change my camera around real quick, Crystal. Let me show you. So I was saying, I'm going to do this again, guys, from a purchase contract. So this is just a one-page contract right here. This contract right here, Crystal, right here, is from me, the parties of this gentleman right here, Mr. William Broughton, the seller, agrees to sell and convey to who, me, the buyer, Nevin, Expansion Builders. And we have come to agreement that this piece of lots right here, this piece of land, a parcel, this right here is now going to be the, how can I say, the equitable interest or the rights to help convey this contract right here, this contract into some type of profits. So from there, as you can see, this is just with me being the buyer. I said I'm agreed to make this a consideration or to make it a valid contract, because once you take money into a person's play or put money into something, it becomes now assets. He said an investor tried to reach out to get me to work with him to find properties, and then exactly, see, that's I'm showing you, Crystal. This is exactly what I'm showing you. I'm an investor, and Crystal, you are an investor too. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Crystal, she's also a realtor in the Denver market. Go follow her. She's doing great in the commercial spacing out there, but she's a realtor as well. But I'm showing that I play both sides of the field. But really, I'm an investor first before I'm a realtor. So, like I say, you make money when you buy, not when you sell or help a person buy. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Crystal. So look at this right here. The purchase contract that I got for this piece of lot. This is a not even a half an acre lot right here for $8,000, right? It's a land. Here's the description of the lot right here. Here's all the terms and agreement, but this is, Crystal, what I wanted to pinpoint right here. You see the word right here I have in my contract as assigns. This is very critical to know. Assigns. Look at that key word, assigns, okay? Here's all my verbiage inside the contract saying that's going to protect me, my due diligence period, October 8th that we're going to close on. We're going to close before that, okay? Here's a timeline, time of the essence, to show that time is involved into this. And then here is, watch this, here is the seller, his signature right here. Here is my signature as a purchaser, as me being the buyer, okay? Where do I find this document? Oh, this is the document that I can give to you. This is a document that if you have a lawyer or an attorney out there, just have them to view it to make sure that it's definitely a good contract. But I know this contract is legit right here. So as you can see, him being the seller, me being the buyer, right here, boom, purchased it. Now watch this. This is the first piece of contract, right? Remember this price right here. I purchased for $8,000. I'm going to put down $500 into escrow to open up titles so that we can start to do a title search. Definitely, I would do that for you, Crystal. Now watch this. Here is, guys, this is very important to know. Here is the same contract. Now remember, the parties Expansion Builders LLC. This is me, the seller. Agrees to sell and convey to this new person right here, my end buyer. He's not an investor. He's a first-time buyer who wants to build a home on his land. Andrew. Yes, I'm putting his name out there. It doesn't matter. His name will be in public record soon. But anyway, Andrew, right here, that I am going to sell this lot to him. Look at the price right here, guys. $11,500. See that? $11,500. Remember, I bought the property for how much? How much did I buy the property for? How much did I buy it for? I bought it for $8,000. See, the seller here, William Broughton is the seller. I'm the buyer. I bought it for $8,000. This person right here is going to buy it from me at $11,500. We negotiated the price. Yeah, exactly. It feels illegal, I know. But watch this, though. If any realtor would know this, and they talk about assignments, as long as both parties agrees to your assignment, then you are good. Now watch this. $11,500. I'm going to put down $1,000. I'm not going to put it down. He's going to put it down. He's going to cover my $500 and his additional $500 to be $1,000, right? And watch this. Once again, assigns. I want you guys to see this because it's going to be so key to this deal right here. Assigns. I'm going to, and it's going to be an all cash offer right here. I'm going to assign my rights to this contract. As you can see, who's the seller now? I'm the seller. And I'm going to now sell it to the purchaser, him. Okay? It's very important to know this. Now watch this. Now, this is where I get really protected. You see this right here, ladies and gentlemen, Crystal? assignment of contract. Remember on both of the purchase contract that it had inside of one of the clauses that I have the right to keep it and or assigns? Well, here is the assignment of contract. That on this date, the 10th, month, year, the same lot that we have talked about into the contract about the description, with who Nevin Brown, which is me, Expansion Builders LLC, Nevin Brown to Andrew Boring, hereby has made for his assignment. Watch this. It's mutually agreed that me, Expansion Builders LLC, Nevin Brown, will receive that difference. The reason why, because I sold it to him for $11,500. I bought it for $8,000. So the original seller is going to get his $8,000. I will get my $3,500, and then this new deed will be transferred to Andrew. Look at this. Assignee, that's me, agrees to perform all covenants, conditions, blah, 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 blah. That's me. Right here, I'm the assignor, nor I am giving him. Anytime you see OR, that means give. I'm the assignor. He is the assignee. Anytime you see EE, means receives. He receives the deed and understands that he will pay this out. So, I say all that, and Crystal, I will send this contract to you. It's a one-page contract. It's really good for people who are investors, people who, they understand the game. Real estate purchase contract is like an 8-9 page contract from the real estate purchase side agreement. We know that it's a lengthy contract. It has the addendums. It has all the lead base on there. I'm not doing a real estate listing or agreement. I will show my listing agreement with the house that I'm going to put on the market as a realtor soon. But this case, as an investor, I bought this as an investor. I didn't use any of my credit. I didn't use really no cash, only just the market. By getting on the phone, talking to people, and showing them, hey, I see that you have a lot at 123 Main Street. Just trying to see, are you trying to sell it, or what are your intentions? He agreed. Oh, yes, I'm trying to sell this thing. Great. We came to a negotiating price. I know that I could only get it for a certain amount based on how much this lot is worth, so that I can sell it at the price point that I did for it to make sense for that end buyer to say, yes, I can buy this. Now, the person is going to have to clear this lot out because there's still trees on the lot. It's a wooded lot. They're going to have to clear the trees out and then be able to put their Rambler on there. It's suitable for a Rambler to be put up there. I would say anywhere between a 1,400 to 2,000 square foot Rambler or 2,200 square foot home, and boom, there you have it. But this is a piece of parcel. This is a piece of land that I was able to get under contract and be able to flip that piece of paper for profits. Okay, this is something that I put into my repertoire. Oh wow, great! You said, yeah, I can put this on YouTube. Yeah, definitely. I can put it back on YouTube again. Well, I definitely will upload it to YouTube. But yeah, like I say, man, this is how you can do this, where with just a skill and will, a special skill, a specialized knowledge on how to do this properly. That's going to protect me as the investor and my client on a legal terms, and then the willpower, the ability to do this. Because I couldn't even get this contract unless I put the efforts in and calling the person and having a conversation to see if they would be interested in me saying, to see if they'd be interested in them saying, yes, I'm interested in selling the property or my piece of land. So you got to have some type of effort to come inside of this to do that. But then before you do have a willpower, you got to have some type of skill. I teach this over and over and over on Facebook, how to talk to people, blah, blah, blah. But today I want to show you, this is now almost the ending results of getting on the phones, coming to agreement, concrete agreement with the actual contract, put into escrow for consideration, putting a deposit down, EMD, earnest money deposit, EMD, a earnest money deposit to make this contract salid or validated. But this person can't get out of it because once they open up escrow, this money will become non-refundable to him if he were to back out of the deal. I'm going to keep that $1,000 for myself, and all I'm going to do is go to the next end buyer and say, hey, I have a piece of lot or I have a land that you might be interested in. And from there, guys, from title, from open up escrow, and then title company doing their title search, yes, and follow up. Hey, Crystal, man, you know how I do it. My follow-up game is nuts. You hear me? Like, I'm like a badger. Not like an animal badger, but I'm badgering the heck out of you. I'm scratching your back until you like, get off my back. Because the sale is only in the follow-up. It's not on a one-call close. The sale is in the follow-up, because most time when people that I'm talking to, they're saying no, 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 no. And the people that's saying yes, I have to stay on top of their mind by consistently following up with them to make sure they're good. The same thing for this case with this gentleman who signed the contract from me. I had to follow up with him 2 or 3 times, say, hey, listen, time is of the essence here. I have other people in line waiting for this land, and I didn't have other people. I really did have one person that was interested, but he showed the first interest. But I put a sense of urgency on him, saying, hey, come on. You need to hurry to sign this piece of contract now so we can open up escrow so we can get this thing closed, okay? So you're right. You got to follow up. The sales in the follow-up. And if you don't have some type of follow-up mechanism, you're going to miss out on a lot of opportunity, because you're not going to get these lay-down sales or these one-call, one-close sales. Now, you might. It has happened to me before, but 95% of the time, now you get. That's what I meant by will. You got to put that will in and then apply the skill so that you can have some type of consistent flow of some type of systemized effort to get you a return on how you can predict your outcomes on your deals. Now, once again, we're gonna go to closing. From closing, boom, he's gonna come to the title company with his 10-5, because remember, he put $1,000 in escrow, which he should be putting in there today. I mean, today, if not tomorrow morning, he's going to get the EMD. He's going to send it into the title company, the EMD, the earnest money deposit, and then he has to now come to the title company or to closing with the 10-5 to 10,500. Now, I've already vetted him to make sure he had proof of funds. He already have it. He's good. And once he gets that, the deed will get transferred to him, and then the seller, the original seller, Bill, he will get his $8,000. Then I would get my assignment fee for the $3,500 because I sold it for $11,500. Now, this is one of the smallest deals I have, but hey, just to a lot of people, it's not a small deal. Who wouldn't want to make $3,500? This is all done from just an hour worth of work. Made $3,500. I think you would want to make $3,500 an hour worth of work when you know what you're doing, because most people in the world is not even making $3,500 an hour. A lot of people not even making $3,500 a month. So I'm just saying this to say this. When you have skill and will, you can win at this. That's why I'm here, guys. I'm here to be able to show you guys, hey, this is what I do, this is how I can help, and I want to be able to help you too. So that's all I really want to have today, guys. I want to show you from wholesaling how to turn the contract into profits. And like I said, I'm doing a lot of videos like this where I'm going A to Z as far as what it looks like when you're on the phones, which a lot of people should know. This is what I do. I get on the phones to actually getting a deal, going to the house, looking at the deal, observing to see what is the cost of repairs, what is the work that need to be done to the house, to put it on the contract, put it into the title company, open up escrow, going to escrow and going to closing. And you do that over and over again until you build up some type of cash flow so that you can be that accredited investor to say, hey, I built up over $200,000 in cash flow. Now I can acquire my own properties based off my cash that you should never spend most of your cash, only a little bit of it to put the down payment on. But then you better use your credit to leverage your credit to acquire assets. So that's what I do, guys, man. And it's Nevin here. Crystal, I'm going to send it out to you right now. I'm going to send it to your email. And, I'm sending both of them to you. You tell me what you think. You can have it sent over to your attorney just to make sure it's legit out there in Denver, which I know it is, because this contract really is suitable for any state that you're in, because it's a prominent contract. I've used this contract 3 or 4 times now on the investor side, and like I say, it works. But guys, drop your questions, DM me, tell me what you think. But most importantly, get started, get into the game. You can do this too. I'm here to help. How I'm here to help is showing you guys what I'm doing so that you can get motivated and inspired to do the same thing. But that's all I got to say, guys. You guys be blessed. Peace. Thanks for everybody who's joined and everybody who will see this video later. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you think. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.